This is ibvo.org/LA slave/fields. This website was created by Gwendolyn Midlow Hall, who is a member of the Louisiana Creole Research Association with me. This is the voice of K Real, aka Muhammad Khalil bin Abdullah. This shows Afro Louisiana history and genealogy from the year 1718 to 1820. So this is the period right after the Yamasees attacked Charleston, South Carolina, to the French and Indian War, which was 1754 to 1763, to the period where America began its full scale invasion of Louisiana in 1803, and the beginning of occupation period up to 1820. This covers three periods of Louisiana Creole history and genealogy from 1719 to 1769 under French occupation and colonialism, Spanish occupation and colonialism 1770 to 1803, and early American occupation period 1804 to 1820. And you could see that it covers the various racial designations down here: black, grief, or griffé, which means a mix of black and Indian, native, Indian, native, right? Métis, which is here, it is Métis is white and Indian, indeterminate or indeterminate admixture, right? So that could also be, any other mix that's not white with a native. Missing meaning there was no indication on the person's race or tribe. Mulatto, mulatto griffé, which is a mulatto Indian. A mulatto rouge is another type of mulatto native. Octoroon, which is somebody, basically Pope Leo is from two octoroons, I believe. So this explains why his skin color is so light, because it's stabilized from the double recessive light skin genes. That's why he doesn't look dark skinned. Other, including Chino. Chino and Spanish is a slang term for, and Louisiana Creole Spanish and Spanish is a slang term for a native person with straight hair. Quadroon. Um, sorry, Poplio is from two stabilized quadroons, and Quattro. So this is the racial designations, and then you can see it goes down here to slave plantations, right? So you can see Natchez, Mississippi, it says Caddo, right? Bossier, DeSato, Red River, you know what I'm saying? Chapitulas, which is New Orleans, that's the native name for it. So we're starting to already see some native names like Pensacola, Plaquemine, right? Neshitoshes, Cado, right? These are Lafarouche, that's uh, are French. Appaloosas, that's a native tribe, right? But this is talking about the region, right? And then German coast, so the German coast Louisiana Creoles who spoke German, right? Spanish West Florida papers, you know what I'm saying? St. Helena, you feel me? Includes Spanish West Florida. So I guess maybe these are people from the Gullah Geechee lines here that came into Louisiana Creole. St. Tammany Parish, which is Choctaw Cherokee region. West Baton Rouge, right? Istaruma Indian Village, Red Stick Indian Village. And then it starts going down here to origins. Adele, Aja, Fon, Arada, Alabama, which Alibamu, that is a native tribe. Apa, Atoyo, Atio, Alda, Bakoko. Sorry if I fuck some of these up. Barkoro, Bam, which is the Bambara, Barbados, meaning any slaves that came through Barbados. Baton Rouge, which is Istaruma Indian Village. Bermuda, Bioko, Bisago, Boke, Brute, Bolum, Calabar, Senane, coast of Angola, Concha, Cromanti, those people from Ghana, right? So most of the Cromanti probably would have came through Jamaica. Cromanti is also a language. Uh, Kokot Kokot and yeah, Cromanti is also a Creole. Creole de Amerique, Creole of Americas, Creole Pensacola, which would have been the African, Spanish, French, and Native people from Pensacola, Florida. Curacao, Dan, Jola, Edo, Nigeria, English, meaning slaves of English ancestry. Explains why, potentially why there's a name Richardson and my family tree. Other people say my name is really Richard, like Dawn Richard. Unfortunately, she's snitching on Diddy. No relation. I claim her. Isan Idod Fonti, from Liberia, France, from ship Gabon, Georgie, Gold Coast, Guinea, Hamba, Haiyan, Igbo, Ilenwe, Isoko, Judah, Kanga, Kentucky, Kentuck, Kankombo, Kuniaka, Limba. So there's all of these, Mande, Mandongo, I think that's Mandingo, Marca, Maryland, Mexico. So see, we have ancestors from Mexico too. Misuria, Nard, Mundo, Nago. See, these are Yoruba Muslims. Natchez Creole. See, these are native and African people, um, primarily. The descendants of the Natchez War, the preceding era, native un-American, New Orleans Creole. So Creole from Chapitulas, Indian village, Nagala, Noyon, Appaloosas. Appaloosas is a native tribe. Other part of Caribbean Peninsula, Pomo. So Pomo, I know from California is native, but I'm not sure if there's a Pomo tribe in Africa. Portuguese America, Ranga, Salaga, Shango, Sara, Congo, Soso, um, I know in my family's language we say suso to each other. Saint Dominique, uh, DK Tansas, right, which is a tribe, right? Timbo, which is a sacred region for the Fulani and West Africa. Unclear. Virginia Yoko. This Yoko tribe is a native tribe that comes from the Amazon of Brazil. And we could keep going. So I'm not gonna go through this whole list, but you can see Florida, Fulbe Pular, Gola, Lokoko, Makwa. Those are Muslim people from West Africa. Manding, which are the people, Mende, all the Mende tribes, Mandingo tribes, um, the Malinke, Mississippi, those Mississippian people. Samba. Sorare. I have Sorare ancestry partially. Sonique also. See, we have some ancestors from South America, Texas, Texas, right? Vai people from Liberia, Wolf people from Senegal and Gambia. So then we could go up to the top, back up to the top. I'm gonna show you what I really came out here for. If you're still watching, um, we want to click on Indian, right? We're gonna hit search. Look at all these people, Muslim native people. Suleiman, buyer's name, Colvier, seller, Saint Germain. Document created in 1745. This was a woman. She was a native woman from Point Coupe, Louisiana. Another Suleiman, So Suleiman, sold the Caesar Jotard in 1762. So you can see the native. native tribes in Louisiana started taking African names as well. Akan names from Ghana. This native name was Ali, named after the Khalifa of Islam, radiallahu an. You know what I'm saying? And Lauve was the buyer's name, and Verli was the seller's name. This document was created 1 year after American invasion and occupation in 1804, selling a female slave who was a native person, but she had a Muslim name, Ali. This is another Ali, also spelled Alin. Um, the estate name, uh, the slave master died. The buyer's name is Frey. Seller's name is Gaillard. Document created in 1815. The racial designation of this slave was a native person. Document locations Orleans, including Chapitulas Indian Village. Jefferson, documents 1825. Here's another Ali or Aliyu, which is a West African variant of Ali. That's name um, is of a slave's of a deceased master. Um, their buyer's name is Reynaud, and the seller's name is Moline. This document was created in 1806. This slave was a female of native origin. Their location was Orleans, including Chapitulas Indian Village from the Jefferson documents 1825. Here's another one, Aliyu al Hassan. Estate, the slave master had died, and the buyer's name was not recorded. The seller's name is Delhome, right? The year of the document is 1811. This is 7 years after American invasion of our tribe's land. Racial designation, a native person. This is a native woman. Document location, St. Charles, Old German Coast. So these were the Louisiana Creole slaves that spoke Louisiana Creole German. Deutsch, Deutsch Creole in Louisianese. Okay. Fulbe, Kiamba, Shamba, right? The slave master's name had passed away. Their name was Lesher and Perillo. I guess this was a husband and wife that owned this Fulani slave. A pull person. It doesn't say their gender. They were a native and Fulani person, I guess, or they just had this name. They could have been a full blood native and had adopted the Fulani name Shamba. Okay, here is somebody named Sayyid Muhammad. Um, they are owned by a slave master who passed away while owning a slave named Blanc. The buyer's name and seller's name are not recorded. The year of the document created is 1815, 12 years after American invasion of Louisiana. Gender, female, native woman. A document, Orleans, including Chapitulas Indian Village. Okay, and then here we go. We already know about Angelique, a Caddo Indian woman from Cane River, right? And there's even things I've seen in this genealogy we won't go into. Angelique. Here's another one. Abu Bakr, owned by Petit de Villiers. Buyer and seller's name is not recorded. Year of the document is 1713. Gender, female. Racial designation, Indian. Documentation, location, Orleans, including Chapitulas Indian Village. Jefferson documents 1825. Another version of Ahmad could be Hamid, could be Ahmadu, could be Hamidu, could be even Muhammad. It could be Mahmoud. It could be Moody. But Moody is more like a modern slang. I don't think they would have used that, right? Um, there's a lot of different variations of the name Ahmed, but it says Ahmed Muhammad, right? Um, so maybe the name is Mahmoud. Buyer's name Jordan. Seller's name for sold. Um, document created in 1820. So this was 17 years after American invasion and occupation of the country of Louisiana. This is a native woman. You know what I'm saying? And here is Hausa, someone named Hausa. And they're named after the Hausa tribe from Nigeria, a Muslim tribe. This is a native person, though. And they were owned by slave master Labranche. Uh, this one, the name is Noor, Arab name meaning light, which is Noor. Estate deceased master, no name. Um, buyer's name, uh, Doliole. This is a free man of color, meaning this is a he's owned by a free Louisiana Creole of color, which means either he's on some fuck shit or he bought one of his relatives freedom to free them from slavery. Um, the seller's name is Clavi. The year of the document is 1814. This is a female native slave. That location was Orleans, Chapitulas Indian village, but their name was Hausa after the Hausa tribe. But they're a native. This person is a native. You see it again. Noor, Noor, Noor. Sorry, Hausa was up here. This is Noor. Um, owned by Dupree, Cheval, Bosque. This one is Ibn or Ben. This one is owned by the famous family Monsanto. It was a native slave. It just has the prefix of the last name, which I have Ibn. 1778 is from Point Coupe. Arabic name for prince is Amir or Amr. This estate is deceased master from the slave master from the Rivas family. A buyer's name is Landry. The person that bought this slave's last name is Landry. Document from 1813. This is a female native slave. Place in Iberville, Louisiana. I think you guys are starting to get the gist about Islam root and this land that you guys have occupied and colonized and called America and Canada, but it is Louisiana, and our people are very native, very African and European. Um, we are a triracial isolate. We do have other religions. I'm not getting into that right now, but open you guys' eyes up.